Hey everybody, Mr. Ian here, and hopefully the screen you're looking at right now looks familiar as we've been looking at how to create a scientific argument that takes a question, creates a claim, collects evidence, and uses reasoning to explain how the evidence supports the claim. And when we looked at this COLA argument earlier, we noticed that we had a very clear question, a very clear claim, and then we had evidence here that may or may not seem strong to some, but this evidence here may come off as confusing because it lacks some sort of explanation or reasoning as to how it supports the claim. So, drinking cola is bad for your health, and the evidence that supports that is cola contains a caramel coloring ingredient called 4-MEL or 4-mel. So, this scientific argument, though strong to begin with, lacks reasoning that pulls it all together. This is where we begin looking at our reasoning tool. The reasoning tool helps us create a strong connection between not only the evidence but also that claim. So we have our big question here: how does drinking cola affect your health? And we have our evidence here that we see cola contains 4-ml, and then we have our claim here: drinking cola is bad for your health. But the question is, how does this connect? How do we go from this evidence to this claim with strong reasoning? So we have to ask ourselves, why does this evidence matter? Why does containing 4-ml matter and help us know that drinking cola is bad for your health? Well, this is where we would need to have strong reasoning. So this connecting reasoning that shows how the evidence supports the claim hopefully gives context to why this evidence leads us to this conclusion. So 4-ml is a food coloring that has caused cancer in lab rats. Many things that are bad for rats are bad for other living things like human. So, with this reasoning, we're able to take this very simple, very basic piece of evidence and connect it to our claim. So, two important things here. Number one, the evidence here is something that scientists observed. It's something that scientists found, whether it was through the use of technology or whatever it is, testing, to find that cola contains 4-ml, a very basic fact. This is a very basic claim. But the reasoning here that connects our simple evidence to our claim is where we begin to see the connection from one to the other. So, if we're looking at comparing these two arguments, drinking cola is bad for your health. Cola contains a caramel coloring ingredient called 4-ml. Avoid drinking cola in order to stay healthy. This right here, this statement, though a good start, doesn't contain that strong reasoning we saw. It doesn't contain this big idea. Why does this evidence matter? Why does that 4-ml matter? So drinking cola is bad for your health. Cola contains 4-ml, which is a caramel coloring ingredient that has caused cancer in rats. So here we're beginning to see the connection between this idea that cola is bad and this 4-ml. Many things that are bad for rats are bad for other humans, other living things such as humans. Therefore, drinking cola is harmful to humans and their health. So, whenever we construct a scientific argument, we're not only going to use this reasoning tool to help us do that, but we're going to begin to move towards creating arguments like argument number 2. At this point, if you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. Otherwise, let's go ahead and continue with today's lesson.